What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. We got Aikido, Keems, Pasley. Hope I'm saying that right. Kaz, what's up, man? Chris, Mark, Lucas, Vamp, Vegeta, Dark VIP. What's up, folks? Sergeant Vegeta coming in with the 1 month member message saying, yay, 1 month. Thank you for being a member, my friend. Much appreciated. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy 1 week before new season day. So yeah, if you don't know the schedule, Year 7 Season 2 for the game drops in 1 week. As you can see, the season ends right here in 6 days, 15 hours. They also just announced this morning that Resurgence's new test is going to be the same day, next Tuesday, although it's region locked to Romania, which I find to be an odd decision after they marketed it so widely at Gamescom, but that is what they said. But yeah, we got some good Division stuff coming this month. And it's going to be a more chill stream. We're just getting some final things done before then. Art said finally made it to a stream. Let's go. Welcome. Marco, what's up? First time here, I actually started playing Div 2 3 weeks ago after binging your videos. Well, Rapture, thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying the game. 3 weeks is a short amount of time, but I'm sure you've probably dove into a lot of stuff already. Welcome, welcome. Zeleny, hope I'm saying that right. General, what's up? Hello, hello, back to you. What's going on, Rogue? Not too much. We're just chilling. You gonna show us what builds you thinking of for next season? I've got a few ready. Actually, we can work on one during the stream because I have kind of hit a bit of a wall. I've got 3 I want to show. I want to do one of those like 3, builds to use in the new season kind of videos. 2 I've already got locked down. The third one I'm having trouble finding the right pieces, so maybe I'll have you all help me with that a little bit later. Michael coming in with a 27-month member message. All good. What's up, man? 27 months over 2 years is insane. Thank you. Lucas as well. 3 effing years with the 36 months. Absolute legend, man. Thank you both so much for your support. Hope you're doing well today, Lucas and Michael. Is the Backfire build still going to be good next season? I mean, the build itself isn't terrible, but it's going to lose a lot of its potency, right? Because this is very heavily centered around the modifiers, and we will no longer have access to those. Respect, what's up? Geo, what's going on? Fenrir, hello. Any builds that'll replace the Striker Backfire coming up? I mean, this one is unique in just how strong it ended up being. Like, I don't know if we're going to see another build like this that just kind of breezes right through legendary content. But there are some very strong build combinations coming up for sure. Yeah. As there probably will be every season from here on out with modifiers. It's just about how can you pair them best together. Good morning to yourself, Ape. How you doing? Mark said, what are you doing today? Just some final prep before the new season. We'll probably chill, chat, all that. I'm sorry to hear you're not looking forward to it, Geo. Fenrir coming in with the membership to Rogue Studios. Welcome, my friend. Thank you very much for doing that. Very much appreciated. You now get the cool little Rogue badge by your name. You get all the stuff. Thank you so much. And then Michael coming in with 5 gifteds. Keeping the tradition alive of gifting before I leave the spawn point. Thank you so much, dude. Going to Pasley. Hope I'm saying that right. VIP. Giant Dutch. Reese. And Tanaska. Again, I'm sure I've already butchered a pronunciation in the first 5 minutes of the stream, but Michael, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, thank you. If any of y'all are here, I see some of you already have. be sure to send Michael a thank you in the chat for the generosity. Hakido dodging the gifts again. He's cursed. That's the simple explanation at this point. Tipping point PvP viable. I assume you mean tipping scales. Certainly anything that you can stack up without hitting someone has the chance to be good in PvP. I could definitely see some people prepping the stacks, right? And then just laying into a player, so. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. Hoping to get my other VTuber friends into the game anytime they have questions. I always point them your way, Rogue. That's very kind of you. Fenrir, I hope you do convince them. Division is certainly one of those games that is even more fun when you have your friends alongside you, doing all the stuff. I've got 1 week to try and get this darn Wasp outfit completed. Yeah, that's a good shout, Tim. So, of course, because the season is ending, that also means there's only 1 week left on stretch goals. Now, if you didn't see, they did confirm that so long as you get to levels 130 and 150, so I'm at 144 right now, as you can see in the top right. If you get to 130, you get a guaranteed Lexington, and if you get to 150, you get a guaranteed Turmoil. Those are going to be distributed on September 12th or 13th. I don't fully recall, but they've done that as a way to compensate for the low drop rates that people have been experiencing. But yeah, if you're still trying to get the outfit or anything else, you've got 1 week left from right now. Mark said, I just got the Lexington. Congrats. Very nice. Snipers with the 8-month member message. Hey, RG, hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm all right. How are you doing? I'm finally a member. Appreciate it, Kaz. What was your, Kaz, what was your take on the video yesterday? I know you'd been asking me when it was going to get out. It was a little bit delayed for my original projection, but hope you thought it was good. E6K said you brought up great points on the PvP video. Passive armor regen feels way too overpowered now. Yeah. I was a little... Alright, so we're probably... Let's... Instead of just standing around, we'll get into doing some stuff. Actually, I need to do this. To... I don't need anything anymore from the stretch goals, but we might as well still bump them up. No reason not to. I don't want to do that. Can I get activity? Of course, now it's going to spam me with PvP stuff. Alright. And it's a supply drop. Okay. That's ridiculous. But we're going to do Descent quick to get the comm and the project done. And then we'll move on. What was I responding to? Oh, the PvP video. Honestly, I was a little bit disappointed at the reception of that. I'm not expecting people to jump out of their chairs and support PvP for those who don't play it. But it seemed like the vast amount of comments on that video were people saying, yeah, the Dark Zone sucks. And it's like, well, sure, it could use improvements, but that's not really the point of the video, you know? That said, people are free to think and leave whatever they want on there, so that shouldn't come as a shock to me. Alright. Let's do it.
Room selected. Difficulty rating, medium. Constructing hostile combatant. Hostile construction initiated.
Geo, nothing has changed in-game as far as how the Summer Stretch Goal, Summer Swarm at caches are working since their announcement. So it's not like they've gone in and disabled drops or anything.
Console online.
I'll do fast hands, why not? I liked it. Just hope the devs see it because they really do love PvP. I mean, the thing that we always need to remember is that they know that a lot of people want PvP improvements. It's not a question of them not knowing. It's just a matter of it hasn't gotten the priority to be the thing they work on because of the amount of resources they have, which is unfortunate. And I don't know if that's going to change. I hope it does since we're getting survivors, but I still figured might as well talk about it. Good lord.
Console available. Supply station available.
I do have a question though. When would we be getting the Gamescom? The stuff that people signed up for? I don't know specifically on the date, Snipers. I would imagine probably when the new season begins. But I honestly don't know.
Difficulty rating medium. Hostiles constructing. Hostile spawn from highlighted doors. Hostile construction initiated.
Radio. Or maybe radio's a greater part of the word, I'm not sure, I'm sorry. But said I liked your PvP video, made some great points. I suck at PvP, but they need to do more with it. And that's, again, why I was a little bit disappointed with the reception to it, is that as I said in there, I'm not trying to claim that people who don't like PvP need to suddenly care about it and believe that it's the top priority for the game. But it deserves to work for those who want it, who want to play that within the game. But it seems like a lot of people aren't even willing to give that concession, which is too bad.
Console available.
And I saw a very weird response video to it this morning. That is clearly a direct response to my video, but doesn't actually name me in the video. I'm like, if you disagree with my perspective, that's fine, but it seems weird to make a response video and then not say that it's a response video.
Entering new location. Difficulty rating easy.
What's next for Division 2? What's up, Alex? We've got Year 7 Season 2 next week, 1 week from today. That'll, of course, bring all the stuff that a new season brings, but also the Retaliations mode. We then got Season 3 in December. And the anniversary is then in March with unspecified content, they've said. So we got a lot coming.
Console active.
I appreciate it, Joshua. Thanks. I mean, that's always kind of been my
Entering new location. Difficulty rating.
my goal for
Highly
myself,
target.
right? Is
Hostile
that
constructing. Hostile spawn
is everything in
from
the game
highlighted
perfect?
doors.
No. But you also have to
Hostile
look at things
construction
realistically and
initiated.
separate what you want to see from the game with, you know, the kind of feedback or criticism I'll never get behind is people who say, well, the game's not doing what I want, or I don't like this, so that must mean the developers are terrible people, and I'm going to tell the internet all about it. It's like, no. But I'm more than happy to share my honest feedback about what I think the game's doing well and what it's not. So, thank you for saying that. I'm in a bad spot.
Serious trauma detected.
Can I go this way? Nope. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Whew. I need to adjust my mic. It's like right. It's blocking one of my eyes, and so my perception is really off right now. nice. Some comments in the PvP video are crazy, saying the PvP shouldn't be improved is insane. It's just... Oh, I didn't grab my upgrade. Whoops. Yeah. Again, as I tried to say in the video, I understand that a lot of people don't like either PvP in general or just Division's PvP, and that's okay. I'm not telling you need to. But I would have hoped that the community could rally a little bit more behind this is in the game. A certain amount of people like it, more people than I think a lot are willing to admit. And so because of that, it should at the very least function properly so that those people can enjoy it. But apparently that might be asking for too much. No one gives a damn about a mobile game, by the way. Tough. You should tell that to Destiny Rising. That's now raking in cash for that IP. I'm not saying that Resurgence is like the next big thing or that it needs to replace the main games here that we play, but I do think there is value in expanding where the IP is available. And so long as they stay away from like super predatory monetization, which to be fair I don't fully know the structure there. But I think it will likely do beneficial things overall for the franchise. What a lot of people don't know is that the mobile gaming market is the biggest market by several times over in the world. It's not as popular in the West, like in North America or Europe, but specifically in Eastern regions, mobile gaming is huge. So tapping into that overall is a good idea. In my mind. I will never understand why people spend so much of their time on something they actively dislike. Must be exhausting. Just stay away. Yeah, it's pretty perplexing, huh? But unfortunately, that's just so many people in gaming, and honestly, I just feel bad that people surround themselves in such a negative headspace where they're like, I hate this so much, but I'm also going to spend the next 3 years of my life talking about how much I hate it. It's like, you're not getting that time back. There's so many more productive things you could be doing. Go find something you do enjoy.
Console active.
Oh, we do have trauma. Very nice. Water polo, all they said, they released an article today about the test, and all they said is that it's happening, or it's starting on the 9th, which is a week from today, and they said at least it's going to start out only being in Romania. It's still good that you signed up because that means you're in the pool to be invited to whether it's this one or future tests. It's possible that after this one's been out for a week or two, they then expand what regions can access it or can be invited. But they said at least at the start of this next test, it's only going to be, they're only going to let people in from Romania.
Console active. Supply station online.
My problem with mobile games is that they're almost all pay to win. Yeah, and that's always the catch. Which again is like, I'm not saying that Resurgence is it's certainly not going to be my big new Division focus, but it is pretty wild how much that can cram into those games. And as we've seen with Destiny Rising in this past week, I don't know if anyone's been playing that, they've taken a ton of feedback that people have been giving Destiny 2 for years and put it in the mobile game, to where now the mobile game has a lot of features that the main game doesn't. And that's actually the case for Resurgence too. I mean, even though we haven't seen it for 18 months, they've got clan bases in that game. You can like upgrade a clan space and hang out there with your clan. Let's see what else. There's they've like done a hybrid system of like talents from Division 1 and specializations from Div 2. There's like recommended builds in that game. There's like a build finder. They've got a bunch of stuff that's like objectively pretty cool and pretty would be like pretty good features to probably see in the mainline games too. Some people's minds got broken. Well, that's the take that I'll never quite get, is the people who say I've seen comments like this. People say it's physically impossible to go into the DZ by yourself and not get ganked. And I'm like, I will click the live button on my YouTube and go do it right now. Like, just because in 2019 you went in there a few times and people camped you at the door doesn't mean that is what happens every single time. Now again, I'm not saying that DZ is perfect, or that there aren't improvements that could be made to it. But to say that PvP deserves to die just because the DZ isn't 100% ideal, that's a strange take to me. In my mind, and I've thought this for a little while, in the Division 3, I think they should make the DZ the instance-based. Because a lot of the big problems that I believe nowadays come from the Dark Zone is how it's always persistent. It's very hard to... It's a very complicated subject that we're probably not going to fully get into now, but my point is, if you take the DZ structure that we have now and put it into a thing where even more than 20, let's say 48 people queue into, and then you have like an hour to go and farm this map, people can still go rogue, they can take your stuff, but then it's all isolated within this experience that you're not then, people are leaving and coming back to from the checkpoints. I feel like that has the opportunity to inherently make the mode a lot more balanced and achieve a lot of the things that they wanted to with the original Dark Zone in the first game. By the way, folks, if I peek over here, we've got 200 people in here hanging out. Thank you for spending some of your Tuesday with me. If you've not yet hit the like button and you want to help share the stream out to more people, I'd very much appreciate it. We're slowly pushing our way towards 100 likes. But yeah, I didn't expect today's stream to be all that huge because there's nothing too terribly big going on, but we're just getting ready for the new season next week. I got a lot of videos planned out and ready. Should be a good time. Did I grab ammo? Yes.
Room selected. Difficulty rating easy.
One thing that surprised me recently is that Bungie will allow playtesters from Marathon to access their dev environment directly via the internet. Seems risky. I kind of understand what you're saying. You mean like they're getting like an actual development build instead of like a curated testing build that they would download? I agree, that's interesting. I haven't heard much about Marathon since the whole art scandal and the delay. But aren't they supposed to come back this month actually and start talking about it more? Do you still think the DZ should be treated like conflict and the devs should get rid of expertise to normalize gear and weapons? I do, personally. There are people who disagree, which I understand, and the main argument is that they should never be taking away progression that people have sunk time into, and that is a completely fair take, and in an ideal world, I agree they should never be doing that. However, expertise was just not constructed in a way that is conducive to fun or fair PvP, in my opinion. I talked about this a lot in my video yesterday, but not only does it create a huge imbalance for new and veteran players, which in Division PvP's case, making PvP as reasonably accessible as it can be for newer players should be a goal when we need more people to be playing it. And then it's also set up in such a way to where the damage bonuses you get outpace the armor bonuses, so it actually just makes time to kill faster, which with items like the Tinkerer and all this other stuff make for a not so fun time, in my view. Are you just doing easy rooms? Yeah, because I'm just trying to get to the Nemesis as fast as possible. That's what I need to do for the project.
Console available.
Because if they rotate the Dark Zone on a day-night cycle, a PvE Dark Zone. So I personally am, unless they were to, I mean, I'll never say never, because there could be certain stipulations with it, but in general, I'm not a supporter of the idea of a PvE Dark Zone. Main reason being that overall, and I know some people will be shocked to hear me say this considering the video I made yesterday, the Dark Zone is actually not really meant to be a PvP zone. It is, in concept and how it was in the first game, supposed to be the best place to farm in the game, and because of that added incentive, it then has the risk of PvP, right? So if you section that off and you put the PvE part of it in its own zone, then you know, in the quote-unquote PvP Dark Zone, what's the point of even having any NPCs? Because anyone who chooses to go there is only going to go there if they want to PvP. So that's why I think in, you know, future iterations of the Dark Zone, if they do bring it to Division 3, making it a more instance-based and high-intensity thing would probably benefit the overall idea of it. But again, that could probably be a whole series of videos in and of themselves.
Hostile construction initiated.
I missed, I started reading a comment above and then I missed it. Where was it? Oh, Bill Jordan said, I'm not a PvP guy, but I think it should be fixed. However, it would be cool if they had a DZ where you could shoot. Oh, yeah. So that's what we were just talking about. But, that also being said, I don't think that the DZ should ever offer exclusive, we'll say at least gameplay rewards. That's how it started out in Division 1, and the fact that people who aren't into PvP felt forced to play in the DZ, I don't think is a good thing. It should offer you higher efficiency at getting certain materials or maybe certain loot, but it shouldn't offer anything exclusive to where people feel like if they don't like it, they're forced to play in there to get stuff in the game. That is also, in my view, not a beneficial thing. Is this guy just directly below me? Hello. I believe expertise should only be in the invaded Dark Zone. At this point, I would take that over nothing. Yeah. But in general, I don't think it was... Where is this ad? Hello? I don't think it was made well with PvP in mind. What's going on, Only Poons? How you doing? Look at Destiny, light level means nothing in Crucible. Stats are normalized for all. I have so many opinionated stances on PvP. I'm sure it's probably annoying to hear. I'm not a fan of normalized stats in the way that they try to do it in like Last Stand in Division 1. I was never a huge fan of that. I still think the stats on your build should matter, but that's about it. Because that is the accepted limit that has been established by this genre for a decade, right? Is that you get a better build, you perform better. That's great. But then when you tack on stuff like shade levels and expertise levels and everything else, that's where it gets to be such a high amount of investment needed just to even compete, not even factoring in player skill, that it gets to be kind of unruly. But I still think that the individual stats on your build should matter, personally. But I know people not all feel that way. The way the Dark Zone is designed is flawed. There should be an overhauled Dark Zone 2.0 where it's a one-life instance that is focused on getting the best gear with the chance of PvP. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying would be great in Division 3. The problem that, and some people had this reaction to my video yesterday saying they need to do that in Division 2, we're not, as much as I would love it, we're not suddenly going to go from a point where we've had no PvP updates for years to they're overhauling the entire Dark Zone. You know? That was kind of the thesis of my video yesterday, and so many people were saying, you're not, advocating they should do enough. I would love them to do more. But before we can get something like a Dark Zone overhaul, you have to get a functioning PvP combat loop that then has a player base that is satisfied with it and plays it consistently. So, that's kind of where I come from. I agree with you that sounds awesome. Making the Dark Zone actually higher risk and actually something that people go into with the intention of farming and being prepared for PvP.
Console active.
I haven't even been keeping track of my numbers. I'm gonna need still one more easy room after this if I want to hit 100. Wait, I have no skills. I'm heading into this Nemesis fight with some weird loadouts. Okay, I have Plague and Trauma. I guess I shouldn't be that worried.
Console online.
I'm also missing out on so many reds. Okay, we got our easy room. That's good.
Entering new location. Difficulty rating easy.
My brain is too smooth to have an opinion on DZ and PvP. Don't forget, Akito, you are now a PvP expert. You took down manhunt squads. You were in there. You were in the trenches. Don't sell yourself short.
Hostile construction initiated.
If a video performs poorly, would you recommend re-uploading with a new thumbnail or just change the old one? Honestly, it's kind of up to you. I know there's a lot of people who believe in the re-uploading thing. Me personally, let me think back before I say this. I don't think I've ever re-uploaded a video. If a video does poorly, then I just kind of leave it and keep on keeping on, you know? But I know there's some people who, if it doesn't hit a certain benchmark, they re-upload, they change stuff. It's really just how you approach YouTube in general. Some people are super analytical with it. Whereas others just kind of go with the flow, or at least that's what I do.
Entering new room. Difficulty rating medium.
What up, Rogue? What's going on? Official? As survivors come into D2, what are some potential changes that you hope they improve from 1? Everything was a fixed spawn. Yeah, that I think is mine and probably everyone's number one improvement we hope to see is randomized loot spawns. Survival was amazing, but it lost a lot of the tension once you could just map out loot routes and stick to that every single run. So, randomized spawns would definitely be top of the list. What else? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff they could do, but so long as they stick with the general formula, I think that that it's gonna be quite good. So yeah, that would definitely be my top thing I would hope to see. Just now getting into the game. What's up, Chaos? Is PvP dead? Dark Zone people hate. It's not dead, as much as, again, some would want you to believe. Like, I still to this day, and we're going to do some later in the stream, can queue into conflict, and very rarely do I wait more than 30 to 60 seconds to find a match. Sometimes it's longer if it's a low population time of day, but there are still a lot of people interested in who regularly engage with PvP. The problem, though, is that it's a lot less than it could be because there are a lot of balancing and other fundamental issues with PvP that just haven't been addressed in a long time. So PvP definitely needs more love and more support, but it's not a dead mode. Oh shoot, I'm just kind of... I don't really know what I'm doing. I better play this carefully because this is my last room. That bleed is pretty strong. I saw somebody ask, sorry, by the way, as I usually say, if I miss your question in the chat, it's not intentional. I'm just trying to keep up with everything, so feel free to resend it. I saw somebody ask earlier what weapons do I normally go for in Descent. I believe that, like, the slower rate of fire ARs and LMGs are some of your best options. So like an MK16 AR or the M249 LMG are some of my favorites. Once you get some of the damage stacked up and some of the talents, they do really well. Especially when you can stack the Allegro talent a bunch of times over. Alex also said, what talents are you going for? Ugh. Typically, specifically like for a Nemesis run, which is what I'm doing right now, Trauma is super good because you can blind them and then just deal a bunch of damage. Same with bosses, like in the boss rooms, Trauma is really good. Preservation, when you're just going through the loops, is really handy for the healing. And then I have a serious lack of red talents here, but Vigilance, Critical, Surgical, Obliterate, Allegro, those are all really good. And then in the exotic one, like Plague of the Outcasts, Agonizing Bite, and Bullet Hell are some of the best, these three. Incessant Shatter is also pretty good. There's options for sure. It's all about just kind of how you want to do it. No problem, Dopest. What about how Elden Ring did their PvP? I believe it'd be equivalent to every 100 shade levels you would hit a different tier. The community as a whole never goes higher than 120. I can't say I'm too familiar with how Elden Ring does theirs. I've actually never played Elden Ring. Shock, gasp. The only problem I have with tiering, like PvP access and stuff, is that then that limits the player base. In these kinds of games, PvP is always going to have a smaller player base than the PvE audience. That's just how it is. And so sectioning it off, while it can sometimes be beneficial for sure, you're then also sometimes left with a situation where, did I like miss a buy station or something? Why do I have so much cash? I don't know what happened. I guess we'll leave it at that. I lost my train of thought. But yeah. Conflict is 4v4, correct? Yes, it is. And we'll be playing some of it in a little bit, in case you want to see how it looks, Chaos.
Difficulty increased. Constructing.
What do you think the game dynamic would be? Example, in Division 1 Survival, you loot up to extract in a centralized DZ. DC map could be the reverse. Oh yeah, that is certainly an interesting topic. I've seen a lot of people talking about it, like what will you actually do in this one? I think the gameplay flow will at least be a little bit different. Something I talked about in a few of my videos is that I don't think we're going to have the infection part of the mode again. And I think it might be a little bit more resource based. That's completely a hunch. I have no idea. But if that were to be the case, I don't even know if they'll really even use the dark zones. I mean, you'd think they would in some way, right? But yeah, I really think it's going to be more. Well, you are going to extract somewhere. They have confirmed that. So I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. But yeah, I don't think the infection concept is going to be there necessarily. And they might then change some other stuff based around that. Dark Legend, what's up? Good afternoon. Hope the stream and day is going well. It is, my friend. Thank you for asking. Honestly, this is kind of cathartic talking to you all about the video yesterday, because I was a little bummed out by the reception of it. So yeah, it's going well, Dark. How are you?
Facility detected. Combat simulation program active.
All right, we got that done. Mouse6543 becoming a member of Rogue Studios. Thank you so much. Welcome to the club. Thank you so much for choosing to support like that. You now got the cool little Rogue skull by your name. You got emote access here on the channel. You got Discord access if you want to link your YouTube account and join our server on there. But thank you very much, Mouse. I appreciate it. What's up, Kingsley? Just started playing this game last week and loving it. Thanks so much for the new player guide getting started. No problem. Only complaint I have so far is that it's not crossplay. Yeah, that is a feature that a lot of people want. And in fact, they just announced this morning that For Honor, what, 8 years later after its launch, I don't know what year they're on, is getting cross progression with their new season, which is pretty wild. So never say never about getting in Division 2. I'm skeptical, given that Division 3 is on the way, and it probably makes more sense for them to just invest having it there at launch. But a lot of people want it, so it would be cool to see it here. Glad you're enjoying, though, Kingsley, and thanks for stopping by the stream.
Also, control point nearby.
CD said, I'm happy you're bringing awareness. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I'm a PvP player. I've been playing it all this time. But I do think specifically in the last year, for whatever reason, the gameplay and the cheating angle has gotten a lot worse. So it'd be great to see a little bit of relief. Water Polo as well, joining up and becoming a member of Rogue Studios. Thank you, my friend. Welcome. Same thing I was saying to Mouse. Badge, emotes, Discord. You got all the stuff. Thank you for supporting what I do and for the generosity. Somehow I feel like the Div 2 DZ is more lackluster than Div 1. Oh, for sure. I mean, I think most people agree with that. The decision to split them between 3 zones was kind of doomed from the start. What's up, Southie? All I want is cheating gone in PvP. I'm afraid it'll never be gone. That's unfortunately a problem that the entire industry faces, that even the best PvP games, or the most beloved ones, still have cheating. But there is a lot of improvement they could make for sure in terms of dealing out sanctions and just being more on top of trying to curb the cheating problem. All right, folks. By the way, I saw that we hit 100 likes in the stream. Thank you all so much for that. Thank you for the 215 people who are hanging out. So we got that done. Shall we hop in some conflict since we're just talking so much about PvP anyway? I want to try and get we'll get the project done there. Secure supply drop, dude. I can't believe that. I was trying to get an activity and it was offering me a PvP objective every time, so I finally take one and it says get a supply drop. I was gonna go and quickly check in case there's one
Detected.
active.
Location.
I doubt it though.
Entering safe area.
What mask is the one you're wearing? This is the right mask that you get for doing a flawless run of the Paradise Lost incursion. So you have to go through one full run without anybody going down. I'm trying to remember if it's going down or dying, but I think no one can go down at all. So it's kind of intense. Let's see, what do I want to run in there? I put this together. I don't know why it wasn't doing as much as I was hoping, but maybe we'll try that again. So let's queue in and then we'll put that Tinkerer build on. Bully saying, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone is having an awesome day. Thank you for the love, my friend. I certainly am. I hope you are too. Thank you for stopping by. Wonder if Game Pass played a part in it for Div 2. Certainly possible, although I will say the issue seems to have been cropping up even before then. Really for like the last 12 months. And I don't know why. Brad just stopping in to say what's up in your Division videos are the best. Thank you, my friend. Much love. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Scuba Steven, what's up, Rogue? What's up right back to you? How are you? You know, I've had this game from launch and never played Conflict. And that, in my view, is the beauty of it. You know, it's there for the people who want it, but for people who don't enjoy that kind of experience because it's not for everybody, you don't have to do it. And I always think more options are better than fewer, you know? Michael with the $10. 10 euros, I should say. Thank you so much, my friend. No message, just dropping some love. Very much appreciated, dude. So yeah, we've been in matchmaking for what, maybe a minute now? We had 4 and then to drop back to 1 because they probably queued in. And we have 7. So like, yeah, what was that? A minute? A little bit less than a minute for a match? PvP is not dead. And the concept that I think a lot of people forget is that if you invest into something and you make it better, more people are going to play it. Will Division PvP ever overtake PvE in popularity? No. But there is a corner for it, and if you have a dedicated audience, PvP requires far less intensive content development than PvE does in the long term. You set up your maps, you set up a good balancing system, you can kind of leave it alone, and people will still play it. What's up, Death Lord? Can you believe I'm 400 and never got the Lexington in turmoil? That's rough, my friend. I assume you saw the news, but if not, they are going to give people who pass levels 130 and 150 free copies of those 2 items. So, yeah. Being at 400, you will get a guaranteed copy of both on September 12th or 13th. I need to go remind myself of the date, because I have forgotten. 2 of our teammates left. I don't know, is this other team really scary? And they're all rank 100. So I'm going to hang back a little bit, maybe. We're getting people filling in, though. Ubisoft has added cross-progression to For Honor. Why has the division never received cross-player progression? It's for similar reasons. I believe they mentioned, because I saw that announcement that you're talking about, and they mentioned in their little video, they were like, the game was not designed with it in mind. And at the time that For Honor and Division 2 came out, cross-play and progression was not the standard that it is in games today. And so they simply didn't have those features at launch. And while it's not impossible to go back in, and what are you going to try and do? He was waiting in that corner. I thought he maybe had a sticky bomb. Oh, look at that mortar turret placement. That's horrible. Okay, we got him. There's another one over here. And behind. This is really bad. Yeah, they were just on all sides. It's the 12th. Thank you, Cookie. And Michael. So yeah, it's not impossible for them to go in and add crossplay, but they've said before that it is a lot of work to retroactively add it to a game that wasn't intended to have it from the beginning. And because of the small size of the Division 2's current team, and because of the risks that come with migrating save files and doing the other stuff that you need to do to implement crossplay, they've unfortunately just said they're not able to do it at this time. PvE years have been trying to convince people that PvP is dead since Div 1. Very true.
Boost about to come online. Boost now active.
Team shoot. Team shoot.
An agent needs assistance.
Boost is up right here. Hang on. Oh, I might just save the guy who was foamed there. That was pretty clutch. I see our mortar turret friend is back. What if I get behind them over here?
Hostile artillery turret detected. Hostile stinger hive detected. An agent needs assistance.
Okay, and we're getting kills. Someone just jumped right here. That was nice. Alright, 3 of them are dead. I'm going to see if I can get in a little spot to have them run past me. I need to hurry though, because they've already respawned. See if any run this way.
Hostile drone detected.
So you'll be gifted the Lex and the Turmoil, regardless of if you had one before. Correct. The only condition is that you need to reach season level 130 for the Lexington and 150 for the Turmoil. So as long as you're as long as you're at those ranks by the time the season concludes, then you will get them. Yeah, I see you there. Shoot. Oh my goodness. What? Did I just hit? I got hit by a wombo combo of something. That was crazy.
Agent vital signs 0.
They've sent a specialization supply drop your way.
Savitsin. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hey, Rogue, just want to say I love your videos. I'm not into PvP, but your PvP vids are awesome. I love watching while grinding. Been away from some time, but I got a good build going and got the Tinkerer. Very nice. Oh, I'm just running straight into danger. Thank you for the kind words. I'm so glad you like the videos.
You don't have many reinforcements left.
And hell yeah, the Tinkerer has made some very fun new combos indeed. So I'm glad you're enjoying. Jeez.
Artillery
There's that mortar.
detected.
This is bad. Please spare me. I don't want to fight your mortar.
An agent needs
It's not
assistance.
fun. Fuck. Dang.
Vital sign.
The enemy is too strong.
They're everywhere.
Might have to pull you out.
Agent down.
Halfway to the finish.
Last Stand might help the
Out on
PvP area of the game.
specialization supply
As much as I love Last Stand, kind of one of the points I was saying in my video yesterday is that I don't believe that adding more PvP content is going to fix
Nobody's pulling out.
the problem that we have, which is that there's a huge imbalance within PvP, you know. Again, while I would love something like Last Stand, until we fix the actual PvP combat and the balancing problems, it's just going to be more imbalance, you know. 8 people instead of 4 would just mean even more chaos. I can't shoot it from here, really? Dang it.
Vital signs.
They're going to
critical.
capitalize on that. They probably shouldn't res me.
Agent down.
Someone better cover if you're going to res.
Agent
It's over.
killed. Boost about to activate.
Helios, what's up, man? The Resurgence test is next week. Yes. But as Chris mentioned, for whatever reason, it's only going to be in Romania, at least to begin with. They've done regional tests before. I just find it odd that they would make a point to show up at Gamescom and be like, new test, and then say it's only in one country. That's a little odd to me, but that is what they've said. No problem, Quizkill. Glad I was able to clear things up. What happened to the video you uploaded earlier? Which one are you referring to? Error. Another question, what are some things you still wish they brought back from Div 1? Anything? Full masks with hats, cartoony movement that thrived in PvP. What are things I wish they brought back from Div 1? Probably burst healing and survival. One of which we're getting probably next year, so that'll be fun. But yeah, burst healing in my view changed the dynamic of PvP by quite a lot. Will you be trying and or streaming Resurgence when it comes out? That's the plan. Yeah, I need to figure out how I want to do it. I believe you can access Resurgence on BlueStacks, which is a PC emulator. Previously, and I did there are videos for Resurgence I have up here on the channel for past tests that didn't have NDA, and I just recorded that stuff on my phone and then uploaded it. But if I were going to stream it, I would probably need to figure out how to get it running on PC. But yes, that would be the plan. Savitson said, I haven't set a build up with it yet. Been loving my Backfire Striker build. Once this new season drops, going to be looking for some new builds for Retaliation. Very excited. Hell yeah. It probably within 48 hours of the new season launching, I'll have a video up with 3 good builds for the season. I've got 2 already that I think are going to do really well that I'm excited for. And then I need to work on the 3rd, and we might do that this stream in a little bit. Do you need to do Master in order to get the Tinkerer? Can you get it from the lower ones? You can get it from the lower difficulties. It has a chance to drop at the end on any difficulty, but those chances go up the higher you play, the higher difficulty. And then if you do choose to do Master, your first completion of it will be guaranteed for the Tinkerer. Oh, Helios already said all that. Sorry. I'm just wasting my breath. Thank you, Helios, for jumping in. What's going on, Ken? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Honestly, doing better now that we're streaming. It's been good to check in with folks and debrief and chat, so I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah, new season is next week. Next Tuesday. Imagine if they made survival like Tarkov, you risk what you take in. That would be wild. I still hope, I mean, I think part of survival's charm is how you start with nothing and you have to build up. If you were able to walk in with your fully optimized build right away, it would probably feel quite different. But that would certainly be quite the risk if they did that.
Neutralize all enemies before you run out of reinforcements.
Ain't much you could have done against the last crew. They're all well-known plugins. Well, then I'll take solace in the fact that I got 4 kills. That's what's funny to me is people who, like, if you're gonna go through the trouble of cheating or using plugins, you better at least be winning like 100% of the time. Now, they did win the match, but to be losing fights then is just embarrassing. I need to do something about this build. I'm not actually loving how it feels, to be honest.
Serious trauma detected.
Had to use both my kits just to survive that pestilence right there. And it's still hitting me. What's up, Boogie? I really want to put your ninja build together with System Corruption and Exodus gloves. Can't get System to drop any recommendations. System is a bit limited in the places it's available. It's still technically a Dark Zone exclusive. So your options of getting System Corruption are Dark Zone, DZ vendors, DZ caches, conflict caches. If they ever bring around Legacy Season caches, it can drop there as well. But those are unfortunately going to be some of your only methods. Probably the easiest one from the perspective if you don't want to do a lot of PvP. Although I assume you do, because that build was a PvP one. But we're so dead. I have nothing. I'm going to swap builds. Doing like DZ landmarks and saving up DZ resources for when it does show up in the vendor is typically a pretty good call. What are plugins? Cheats, more or less. You plug in these certain things and then it gives you better aim or auto aim or stuff through wall. I don't really know. I don't know a lot about it because, shocker, I don't use any of that trash. And I think it's a real shame that people do. Though I will say there's not much more gratifying in a PvP game than getting messages and oh my goodness. Messages and accusations that you're cheating. The amount of times I've been called a cheater in the Division is quite hilarious. So again, I know watching PvP is not everyone's favorite thing. We're going to run a few more matches of Conflict for the project, and then we're going to do some build theory crafting that I want your guys' help with for next season. This is risky, but I couldn't see him from where I was. Okay, we got him.
This is your last
How did that
chance
guy die? Is there someone in the
before we have
courtyard?
to pull you out.
Yeah, I think so. No, maybe not. What if I go way around? We're getting mercy ruled, which isn't great. Oh, shoot. Oh! What on earth were you doing there? Running a bonk build, really? That's super cool. Whoever showed up to save me there, you're a real one. Try to get my stacks up. That was close. Oh, behind me. Tough.
Agent down. Agent deceased.
The enemy is about to claim the supply drop.
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
The specialization
Yeah,
supply
Cake
drop
looks
has
like
fallen into enemy hands.
Poon's already answered your question, but Resurgence is a mobile game coming up, set within the Division world.
That's it. It's over. At least you'll live to fight another day.
Trey, what's going on, man? Today we are just kind of chilling, doing some final prep things for next season, which is next week. And I need to work on a build in a little bit that I'm hoping to get people's input and help with. Alright, that was 3. I'm going to back out and see if I can redo my prior objective. Get a conflict one. Lax had worst game for me all day. Were you in there? If so, it's all good. It's all for fun. Of course, now it's not going to offer me PvP. DZ West. Alright, hang on. Let's see if we can get a conflict objective before I go back in.
Access granted.
Where'd you get that backpack? Which one do I have on? Is it the death roll? Yes. This was part of a store bundle at the start of this season, I think it was. But yeah, it's a store exclusive. They might bring it back around someday. But it's definitely pretty cool.
Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
Oh, you are? Well, GG's. We gave it our best shot. That's all you can do. Oh, actually, I should put on my other Umber build. What are some good PvP builds for Conflict in Dark Zone? Umbra that I have on right now is one of the most popular options in Conflict. Does it need some balance adjusting? Yeah, but it's very good. Because there's no radar in Conflict, you can kind of just sit in cover and build up stacks and then pop out and deal a ton of damage. So the Umbra gear set is quite good. People use it with LMGs a lot. I'm doing this one with the Iron Lung. As far as Dark Zone, you can do a lot more stuff. And if you want me to link you some videos I have on it, I'm more than happy to. But also the build video playlist that I have here on the channel has all of my build videos compiled in there. So there's PvP ones, PvE ones, Conflict Dark Zone, everything. You just got to make sure that the post date or the update that it was a part of isn't too far back, because then it might be a little bit outdated.
Hostile contacts.
That should be the pry objective. Ah, perfect. I was hoping it would work out like that. Go do another conflict now.
Exiting dog zone.
Wish they released those Brooklyn Hunter outfits. I'm surprised they didn't spring for that, honestly. You would have thought that that would be an easy, you know, dunk after they put out Brooklyn. But I get that maybe the ones that are part of the puzzles they want to keep a little bit more. Well, I guess I should say the masks, of course, would always be free because that's the whole setup. So maybe they just didn't want to conflict with that. Wow, PvP is so dead. Did you guys see how long that queue took? I was sitting around for like 10 minutes trying to find a PvP game. Man, PvP is dead. They should never touch it again. That's crazy. Sorry, my sarcasm is insufferable. A Heartbreaker Honey Badger. Interesting. I'm curious to see how he does. System corruption with Lady Death. Respect. And Laxarox is now on the other team. Alright, here we go. Lax, as long as you don't stream snipe me, we'll be all good. Next Gen Crabs, what's going on? How are you? Alright, chat, we've got 2 more conflict games to do for the project, and then we're going to move on to build making. Wolf just said, just got an Eagle Bear from a Summer Swarm cache, so it happens. Congrats. That is quite the pull. Congrats, congrats.
Defeat the enemy before your reinforcements are spent.
Just bring Terry and his big cup back and PvP will be fixed. The problem is Terry doesn't even work for Red Storm anymore. He left back in 2021, I want to say. And Red Storm overall it's kind of a tragic tale, but I mean, a lot of them got laid off after Heartlane was canceled. So everyone's saying bring Red Storm back into the fold, but of course there are people still there who worked on Division 1 and 2, but I think there's also a lot of people who didn't. Shoot! How did you get behind me? It's no matter. Got him. Okay, I need a teammate to back me up. Any one of the 3 would be amazing. that was kind of tragic. I was going to say I want to res you, but I feel like that's not going to work out well. Someone's right to the left up there. Oh! Shoot! I didn't know there were more. Oh, we got 2. Holy! I don't know where the rest are. I heard him running around. There we frickin' go! Alright, someone on this team needs to get a kill besides from me. Please. I can't take it. Oh! Good lord. Team, I believe in you guys. One of you can get a kill. Someone killed themselves with a grenade? That's funny. Wait, does that not take a life off of your...
System malfunctioning.
I need help.
The boost is
Thank
being
you.
taken by
Someone pulled up.
allies. The boost has been taken by allies. Agent down. System restored.
I don't like this.
Hostile defender drone detected.
Oh, shoot.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
That was tough.
Agent down.
Um,
Agent killed. An agent needs assistance.
Next Gen said doing alright, finished the manhunt in the season pass. Excuse me. Not sure what else to do, never really did that much in one season. Well, the new season begins in 1 week, so... I mean, honestly, now is not a bad time to take a little break. Make sure you're not burning yourself out. Go do some other stuff, because yeah, next Tuesday we're going to have a lot of new objectives to do. We got a new little open world game mode coming. No! Oh, I didn't think he could see me. I thought he was going to have to round the corner. That was a bad move on my part. Tragic.
Hostile stinger hive detected.
Oh my
An agent
goodness.
needs assistance.
You gotta crawl back here, man. That's fine, actually. I can get you here. Ace, I'm trusting you. If they rush around, you better be shooting them.
I'm sending a specialization supply drop.
Yeah, I said Rogue, there were leaks. Is it true or you can't speak on it?
Medical assistance.
I know nothing. Maybe. I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny. Oh, goodness. Why are we pulling out the mortar turret? Y'all are winning. I don't want to use my kit. Dude, Joe's about to come up behind him.
Hostile defender drone detected.
Supply drop is being claimed by the enemy.
We're going to do this and run. Go, 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 go.
Specialization supply drop is being
Go, 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 go. That was great. Good stuff. One guy claimed spec drop in the middle. Is he still going to run up? Hello. That's the Lady Death? Oh, no, he's not. Huey Lad, that's a hilarious name. If anyone's watched The Boys. The reason I can't see his health bar, I think, is because he has system corruption.
The fight is halfway done.
There's one up on the bridge. Are any of them going to run down this lane? Shoot. Nice. Yep, they're close right here. Crypt Keeper, watch out! Hang on, chat. I'll catch up on all the questions right after this. This is getting down to the wire.
Hostile artillery turret detected.
Nobody likes your mortar turret, dude. I'm with you, Joe. I don't think they've got a lockdown here.
Hostile stinger hive detected.
Or up here, because they're all down there. Oh. Someone shoot him. He's health. He's health.
An agent needs assistance.
What is happening right now?
There are no more reinforcements.
Guys, there's not that many of them. I got it back, though. Joe, we gotta go. We gotta go. Although, if I funnel them out right here.
Boost about to come online. Hostile defender drone detected. Agent down.
No!
Serious trauma.
Alright, it's up to the team.
Agent
I don't know if they're going to pull this one out. All right, what did I miss
Killed.
in chat? Let me scroll up. Let's see, I read Next Gen's thing. Poon said port X-Defiant Division maps in.
The boost is being taken by the enemy.
That, to my understanding, is not really how it works, unfortunately. Even though both games were made in Snowdrop, you're essentially just making a map from scratch, since that game was made in first-person perspective mode. Like, you'd have to resize everything. I'm sure there's different assets they use, so
Hostile exclusive
I don't think
signal
that's really
detected.
possible, sadly. Have you played Heartland during the test phase? What was your impression? I've seen mixed responses. Any NDAs that people sign for Heartland, to my knowledge, are still enforced. You're not absolved from those, even though the game is canceled, so
You've lost.
I have no comment, unfortunately. You six, I'm sorry. Do you ever go back to Division 1, Rogue? Sometimes. I mean, I just had Division 1 footage in a video the other day when we were talking about survivors, so totally. I can't wait for Retaliation. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's not revolutionary, but I think it's a fun way to make combat a little bit more intensive. So I'm looking forward to it. Wait, that was only match 3? I thought that was 4. I'm going to back out quick and see if I can't get another prior objective. Apuak? I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm so sorry, but said, oh, hey, RogueGold, what's up?
Entering safe area.
Just watched the PvP video. I feel the same way. I wish they would focus on PvP more. The turrets in the DZ are still not working. Yeah, there's a lot of problems. But thank you for watching the video. A mission in Brooklyn, or an activity, or a stronghold? What mission in Brooklyn? Dang it. If it was the refinery, I would have done that, because I like that mission. But oh well. We still need 2 more games. I still haven't won a game. That's tragic. Chat, you decide. Should I do 2 more conflict games now, or should we work on a build for next season? You call it. I'll go either way. Thank you for the encouragement, Steven. Tragically, it didn't pan out. I had the majority of the kills, though, on my team. I feel like Peeps might have been able to step up more. Majority of people are saying build. Build in conflict, I can get with that. Alright, here is the premise. Oh, I don't have my stash, so we will... Okay, hang on. Oh, I got those from the prior objective, nice. Let me relog to get my stash, because that's kind of important to making a build. Cue the Jeopardy music while we're doing this. I'm just stuck at 0% loading. Here we go. By the way, I appreciate everybody just hanging out. We've had a pretty consistent, like, 220 to 250
Safe area detected.
audience this whole time, so thank you. All right. Do we have our stash? Yes. Here's the idea. The builds I'm mostly working on for next season all revolve around the active modifiers, since those are like some pretty powerful abilities we're getting. Pretty similar to this season, although I'd say they're even more unique and individual. Figured I'd clear a few of these out. So I've got builds for certain ones already. The one I'm trying to figure out is how to most effectively make one for the Riker's ability, which is you essentially get the blind effect that the heavies have. So it creates like it's kind of like a Banshee pulse, but instead of disorienting them, it blinds them. So I'm trying to come up with a build that leans into that, and yeah, that's, I don't know where I was going with that. So my thought process to begin with was to use the Tinkerer and do a combo of eyeless, because it's the same idea as running Sadist on ongoing directive, right? Like you get a ton of amplified damage. So to run eyeless and then either do pressure point or vindictive for the crit. That said, I tried it on the PTS and I didn't love it. And so I'm trying to figure out what the best way to go about building for that blinding effect would be. You get greater benefit when you use the shield. And so my thought was to do Firewall to get the Striker shield. Get more damage, you blind them. It's better. You get even more damage, and then you shoot. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So any ideas I'm open to. What's up, Kozik? I know I'm late, dude, but just wanted to stop by and say the FAL is still amazing in PvP. So use the same damn build. Yeah, it's fun. The FAL is what I use in my main like Tinkerer DZ build, and it's definitely really good. Hope you're doing well, man. Fun to be here. Couldn't find a video to watch while grinding out some stuff, so I figured I'd come hang out when I saw you live. Well, I appreciate it. Do you think the Provocator is missed potential, or does it need to be redone? I mean, it probably needs some kind of a buff overall, but I don't know if that's just making it stronger or redoing it. It probably has the shortest exotic talent in history. Just a quick little... Yep, there it is. I thought it used to not be... Maybe it's PvP. Oh yeah, it goes down to 15. 20 meters. Anyway. Long Life said pressure point might be better. That's the only feedback I've gotten so far. American Primate, what's up, dude? Thank the gods I hit 150 and can finally quit stretch goals. Yeah. Hopefully they make some good changes there. I don't really know what they're going to do with it in the future, but it was good that they, in the meantime, did that. So yeah, I'm glad you'll get your turmoil. Just wanted to tell you that my map doesn't reset on Tuesdays. It's still green. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah, that was a big thing this last weekend too. Yeah, mine is still green as well. So appreciate you you saying that. Pressure point sounds more situational unless you use the darkness. Well, so the biggest challenge I'm having is I don't know what gear to put it with, really. Obviously you're dealing with a lot of status effects, so I thought about doing, I don't even know where it is, the Anarchist Cookbook. I have one with status effects probably in my inventory. But pressure point of solo, vindictive if in groups and you're running OD. Yeah. Actually, Kozak just mentioned Heartbreaker in an unrelated comment there. But what if I did... Alright, let's start actually building this out here. What if... What if? First I gotta figure out actually what weapons I want to use with it. Which now I'm thinking about, what if I don't even go with ARs? And I do... SMGs. What if I did an eyeless and pressure point SMG combo with Hunter's Fury? Because then I could disorient and blind. That could be interesting. Is that too similar to what I'm already doing? No, I don't think so. What is the other one I'm doing? Alright. I'm not going to explain it, but y'all will get a peek. That's the one. Oh, I've got that one. It's similar, but who cares? So... What about Creeping Death? I'm not a huge fan of Creeping Death, to be honest with you. I feel like I've rarely ever used it. When you apply a status, also apply to enemies within 8 meters of your target. I don't know if I really, in the case of this build specifically, I don't know if I really need it. Because I'm doing, if I go with Hunter's Fury, then that already has a radius of its own to share the disorient, and the blind effect is a big cone. So I don't think I would need Hunter or Creeping Death. But now I'm kind of on the Hunter's Fury train. What if I do Firewall? 4 Hunter's Fury, probably with the chest piece. And then a backpack with something. The backpack could be interchangeable. I could do Bloodsucker, I could do Unstoppable Force, I could do Wicked. This could actually be pretty good. So let's try this. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Here it is. We got that. We got this. What happened to all my armor? Hunter's Fury pieces. Wicked is nice. But if the point is to be in their face and just constantly killing, I'd probably go with Unstoppable Force, because that's even more damage. Perfectly Wicked. I could do that just to get a little bit of status effects. Perfectly Wicked is tough though, because the extra duration doesn't really do you that much. If it gave you more damage, that would be nice. But Pyromaniac is underrated if you're going the Wicked route. Well, we need stuff with blind, because the whole I'm trying to base the build around the new active modifier that's going to blind enemies. So yeah, we need to go with that. I really want to use, I know it's not like statistically the best gun, but I really enjoy the Banshee. Can I rock the Banshee? Just for fun. It does damage to armor. So what if we put Eyeless on here? And then Pressure Point on something else. Could be any SMG, really. This is a good vector. The thing is, I'm gonna tear through ammo very quickly. Do I not have pressure point on an SMG? Oh, dang it. Alright. To the crafting bench. I'm just gonna do Banshees in case I get one with Detox. But then we'll see. But I could also do Vindictive. Although I probably don't need the crit chance. Got one with Eyeless. Pressure point. That was easy. I almost wonder if I would like it more with crit or with Vindictive. Because that way I can just lean fully into Gunner can help with the ammo regen. Yeah, I'm gonna run Gunner. But I mean it only does so much, right? It's not gonna Oh no, I'm not gonna run Gunner because I wanted the shield. What is the Gunner one on here? Generate 10% of ammo every 60 seconds. Yeah. Honestly, it'd be kind of cool. Well, it wouldn't be used that much, but if they had a talent that was about ammo regen. I mean, I know they're steady-handed, but I mean, something that actually like filled your reserves. So if we're going like this, and I run that, we'll probably put on the Blinder Firefly just to mimic the active ability, since we obviously can't use it right now. So then if I reroll this to pressure point, I've already got way more crit chance than I would need. Well, let's actually, let's map this out. If I wanted to go to the Vindictive route, I could just stack crit damage on everything. That gets me a 47. That's actually pretty close, because 44 is where I would meet the cap. And that's actually just the mod, then, is the only thing holding me back. Although there's nothing really better to use in that slot. I'd be better off doing a glove with crit damage. This might not be terrible. This might not be terrible. I'd probably want a few more blues. Did I have a piece that I could roll? It was just the gloves. I swear I used to have Hunter's Fury pieces that I could roll armor onto. I don't know what happened to them. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. I don't know why I missed these before. Oh, they were all just sitting here. Alright, never mind. So, let's put on that. Ah, Aikido, that is a fantastic piece of advice. They were off, thankfully. But I have historically forgotten that, so thank you. Okay, then we just need to roll gloves that I can get crit damage on instead. All I really need is a decent weapon damage roll. Give me like above 12% and I'll take it. That's crit damage at least.
You never find the 5/16 when you need it.
Alright, I know I'm being picky, but come on. Oh, there we go, there we go. That's good. And then roll this to crit damage. Yeah, look at this. So then when we hit Vindictive, I'll be at 58. And my crit damage will go up to 160. Oh, and I haven't even put on mods yet. So it's gone up north of 185. Ho 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 ho. This might be the way to go. Gotta make sure I have the right. Delete those gloves. If I got SMGs on here, I don't. It's a good thing I looked. LMG shotgun AR with firewall. Oh, I see. That's where I had the shotgun. It'll live without this. Well, we'll just hope that that stays persistent. Anyway. Alpha Elite said, what is the closest to the Ouroboros stat-wise? Probably one of the vectors. It's based on a vector model. So either this one that I have here, the 9mm with the stock, there's also the unstocked versions, those have 1200 RPM. So yeah, one of the vector variants is going to do you best. All right, let's give this a whirl. I need to refine the outfit here because we're not dripping to our full potential. But yeah, let's see how this does. 3 blues with the striker shield with the regen. What do I want to go do? We can do this control point. No, what's up, Cake? What's the... I haven't really been following along with yours and Kozik's conversation. Just catch me up to speed. What are you trying to figure out? Alright, let's see how this does. So again, in next season we'll have an ability that can just blind them. But for now we're going to use that just to see. I mean... that's some damage. To be fair, those are red bars, but we're on heroic. Blinded him with trauma, or sorry, with eyeless. Maybe I don't want the Banshee. I thought I really liked the Banshee's handling, and this isn't bad, but I wonder if there might be a better pick. I don't... Does anyone know, like, what the top SMG picks are right now on the DPS charts? Not too shabby.
Reinforcements en route.
They're coming from up here.
Hostiles detected.
I could also put more... I could run it with more armor just to have it be like an actual sustaining thing. Main the Vector instead of the Banshee. Tac Vector. Vectors just have such tiny mags. I want to reload all the time, but I guess that's what you do with SMGs. I also don't have to run SMGs with Hunter's Fury. Obviously it's encouraged, but I could do... I could do an AR, but I do like the snappiness of this. Oh, don't worry guys, in a week you'll all be friends. That's the... Didn't you hear next season's plot? You're all gonna be working together. I haven't even been using this. Wait, why is it even a hyena? I thought this was an outcast control point. Maybe it was hyenas all along and I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, sorry, Cake. I asked you to spell it out and then I didn't read it. Me and Kozak were talking about my build, and I was asking what exotics you would recommend. You said to show you, so I think that sums it up. Using exotic armor system with Striker and Elmos, but I might switch to Heartbreaker. I don't know what gun and gear piece and exotic to use. Mind showing me Kozak's build? Oh, I don't know what his build is. Unless you just mean like inspect him. But I'm afraid I don't know what his build was. For Heartbreaker in PvE, I mean there's a lot of good ways you can go. A lot of people like to run Let's go. He said, yeah. Are you on my list here? Oh, let's see. Well, that ain't Heartbreaker. I don't know if this is the one you were intending or not. Force Striker, Ouroboros, Coyotes. I assume, or the Henry, yeah. Heartbreaker in PvE, I know a lot of people like to use the Technician spec so they can get the linked laser pointer and then run that on a weapon to build the stacks easier. That's one popular route a lot of people go. Sorry for asking. No, you're good. That's what I'm here for. Stream into chat, answer questions, all that. No worries at all. Okay, TAC vector, huh?
I've got what you want.
TAC vector. Well, I do have a good one. With a 40 mag. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I already had a good one in here. I'm only a 40 chance. Well, that's because I'm missing the crit chance on there. Okay, let's try this instead. I kind of want to do one extra blue. But I don't know. 3 is a pretty decent spot to land at. I'm running out of... Let's do a bounty. It's like I'm running out of things to do there. Just do one of these. New season drops a week from today.
Hostile control
On
point
September 9th.
identified.
Try attack vector with fast hands. In general, I can imagine that being fun, but I need the build to focus around blind.
Target near you.
Will there be different exotics in the season pass? Yes. Yeah, next season on the pass we will have the overdogs, which are new exotic gloves, and the shroud, which is a new exotic sniper. I thought there was a third one somewhere. Ow. Where's that EMP at? Oh, it's over there. Well, I kind of landed myself in a bad spot here.
System reactivated. System
Oh, no.
malfunctioning. Immediate medical assistance needed.
How did that not hit the... Vector's much more efficient. I don't know. I mean, I believe it stats-wise, 100%. I just don't know if I like it as much as...
Additional hostile contacts.
I like the more controlled rate of fires with larger mag. I just have to reload so often with this thing. So I don't see myself sticking with it, but we'll give it a shot for this bounty.
Serious trauma.
don't really care about completing the territory control, to be honest.
Target is nearby.
What gun has perfect eyeless? I honestly don't remember. Yeah, it might be a rifle, as some people are saying. Rogue, do you still do the DZ hunting videos for those raid weapons? Yes. I'm taking a small break from them right now because I finally got the Eagle Bear, and I thought that was a pretty good time to lay off it for a little bit. But there will be more in the future. I'm not gonna lie, not liking this vector whatsoever.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
That's great and all that it does the most DPS, but the Banshee was working a lot better for me. Oh, I don't need to have that on. You can do the B. Did you post the video of you getting it? I did. Well, I mean, I wasn't doing a live video recording when I got it, but I did get the clip. So yeah, if you go to the DZ farming video playlist, it's the most recent one in there. I wish they gave you the option to unfold the stock. Yeah. What about the MPX? I could try the MPX. How you can't just the fact that he walked away with his shield still pointed at me, I'm like, come on. They're adding a modifier that's gonna let you like deflect bullets off of hyena shields and hit others. I'm so excited for that. That's like one of my most hated archetypes in this game.
Agent, target spotted.
Look at that damage. To be fair, I had like 5 B stacks. That's not really representational, but that's wild.
Target neutralized. Good work.
Agent requesting backup.
Thank you for keeping us safe, Agent.
I'm still... I don't know. I don't know. Now I kind of do want to try it with Heartbreaker. Like, that is a good build. But is it the build I want? I got a bighorn in the DZ by killing a guy and my teammate stole it and refused to give it back. Tragic. I don't know what it is, why I'm not clicking with this. I don't know why. I kind of want to try Heartbreaker, like I was saying. Because in theory, I could do swap these out for all Heartbreaker and then run something similar there. I'll give it a try. And then after that, we're probably going to do the last two conflict games and then hop off. But let's run. Let's try that. I'll probably still do it with Vindictive to make up for a little bit of the crit chance. Or just crit overall. Oh, now I'm just going to have a ton of armor. Which I guess is fine. I think I got rid of all my damage Heartbreaker pieces. Did I? Let's see. Oh, I have this. I better pull that out then. Any red I can get would probably be ideal. But I get to a 4-2. So run it like this. We'll still run all the same stuff there. And then I guess just try it with like a FAMAS. I don't know why I'm just staring at these. I can really use any as a secondary. Is this the test server? No. That closed down. I'm just messing around with stuff trying to lock in a build idea for when the new season launches. Alright, let's put Vindictive on here. And eyeless here. You thought it was lagging? What happened? Oh, just when I was silent? Is PvP a mess to get into as a new player? I love DZ in Division 1 early, but later the game fell off. DZ is a little bit hard to get into because they, enable the usage of what are called expertise levels, which require a lot of grinding. And so if you don't have them, you're definitely at a disadvantage compared to players who do. However, Conflict, which is like the dedicated PvP mode, those are disabled. So Conflict is a lot easier to get into. But yeah, if you want to do DZ play, you have to play for quite a while. That's actually not bad. I'm only at 30, or I'm still at 37 chance. So I can just do one mod. Okay. Heartbreaker bestow. Firewall shield. Let's try this.
hostiles. Guarding location nearby.
All my exotics and agents except for the main one are gone. Is there a bug for something like this? If you have missing characters, that sounds more serious. If you're missing items in your stash, then that is a known bug, and it's visual. If you just log in and log out a few times or fast travel to like Brooklyn or New York and back to DC, they should show up again. If you have agents missing, though, that sounds like something you might want to contact Ubisoft support about. I'm sorry that's happening. That sounds not fun. Good lord. I'm not used to the FAMAS's inaccuracy. I'm also not using linked laser pointer, so I have to start it off with a headshot. It's an important thing to remember. Yeah, I mean, once the damage is going, geez. He was blind and I had high Heartbreaker stacks and he just died. But I don't know if I love this either. I don't know why this build has been so hard for me to find something I'm satisfied with. The other two just clicked.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected.
Vanderwald said, finally, Monster MVDW and I caught a live stream. Monster's 10 and he idolizes you. Thanks for the awesome content. That's very sweet. Thank you guys for being here. Shout out to Monster then. Hope you're doing well. And thank you guys for watching the videos. That's very kind. I'm confused. I tried to... Oh no, sorry. I was mixing two comments there. Yeah, Cake, let me know if you relog if the items show back up. Again, the agents, I'm not sure what might be going on there, but your stash, that is a known issue. Nuke said my PTS doesn't work. Oh, when it was active, it would give Alpha 3 error. I was going to say, currently they've turned it off. It's no longer live. But while it was still on, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm sorry. Where are you going? I'm probably about to die. What about running something like Eclipse? Yeah, I was thinking about that, like a damage Eclipse one. But again, I don't know. The problem is I don't need status effect spreading because the The blind cone effect is going to spread it everywhere. I just need something that sustains that well, which Hunter's Fury did. Like, that's the one that I like the most so far. It's too bad I can't. I love running Hunter's Fury Striga, but it's too bad. Obviously, I can't. I mean, I could do that, theoretically, and ditch the Tinkerer idea. Excuse me. But I don't know. I actually could do that. I could ditch the eyeless part. Because Hunter's Fury Striga is a lot of fun. And then just combine that with the blinding effect. Maybe I'll give that a whirl. Or I'll give that some thought. Alright. We got that done. Let's give Striga a try. Well, at least I know how that one performs already. Again, I can't really fully test until we get the modifiers in a week. But I think that's where we'll leave that. We'll put a pin in that for now. I'm going to think about Striga's Fury. And yeah. The last thing that we're going to do this stream for sure is 2 more rounds of conflict to finish the project, and then we'll open up all of our Summer Swarm caches for the final time. Hunter's Fury Chatterbox. I mean, yeah, that is very proficient, close and personal build. My stash came back, nice. Still don't know about the agents. Yeah, I would reach out to Ubisoft support about that. That's very weird.
Supply room access unlocked.
I'm going to reach out to support and check in with my friends. If they pulled a sick prank on me, that would be tragic. But no worries, Cake. You know what I could do is use Striga's Fury with the new exotic gloves. Because those make us the lowest ranking enemies you get 30% amplified damage against. And if you're doing like retaliations and just fighting a bunch of random ads with all the other amplified stuff, that could be really good. I might do that. So I was trying to think about what other exotic I could use to really make it stand out. Could do something like the scabbard, but yeah, I don't know. What was I doing? Conflict. Put this back on. We need a fresh look. I think that's why we lost our past games. It was absolutely because of my clothing. I could do this one. The Splinter Cell look. Oh, I thought I had... Oh, it's on other pieces where I can run the... Yeah, I can run that. That's a shame. Well, and I don't know. I don't think my character looks good. We can just rock in as a hunter. That's always intimidating. Alright, let's do it. 2 games, and then Summer Swarm caches, and then I got a blast. Cake, yes we do. If you check the description of the stream, or the about page of the channel, or the descriptions of any of my videos, there's the invite link for our Discord server there. A lot of cool people over there. Oh, shoot. It took the mod off of my AK. That's fine, I'll put on the other one. Domination, domination. They got a bighorn build. A refactor build, interesting. A general damage build. And they're missing a 4th. I figured out what happened with my agents. I texted my friend and he deleted them. Tough. Well, I'm glad that you at least know what happened. But that's unfortunate. Any word of buffing gear sets for the next season? Like 50% of them could use some love. No, it looks like we're not really getting any of that this time around. Also, sup to you. Tawano, how's it going? I imagine, well, I don't imagine, I hope that Season 3 might bring some of that. We know that they've been talking about True Patriot for a while. And I'm curious to see what they might do there. Leonardo, what's up, man? What'd you miss? Not too much. It's been a chill stream. We've just been doing some prep for next season, some build tinkering, and now I'm finishing up a conflict project for XP. How you doing? Where's the best watch farm? I assume you mean shade levels. The best farm really is to wait until they do a 3 or a 5 times XP event, which we should get an idea of when that's coming up next, when the new season begins. Really, once that's on, you can do whatever you want. You'll level up so quickly. But I know that public execution activities in the open world are very effective. Oh! It's not ready for there to be someone right there. Yeah, there's a lot of options, but these days, really, in my opinion, if you're farming shade levels, it doesn't make sense to do it before there's an event live. Is there someone hiding up here? Where did that Seeker man come from? Hello. Now I just hide here. Because conflict is balanced with no radar. Oh, dang, good play. He's waiting for me to peek out.
Agent down. Agent vital signs 0.
What happened with the spec rework? Wasn't that supposed to happen like 20 different times now? They announced in summer of 2023, I think it was, that it unfortunately wasn't really coming together in such a way that they had imagined or that they were satisfied with when they prototyped it and worked on it, so they've shelved it. It's not like it's pretty much canceled. The way they've described it is that it's on ice. It's not something that they're like actively working on, but if they come up with a way to get it to where they want it to be in the future, maybe they'll revisit it.
Boost about to activate. Boost now active. The enemy is acquiring the boost.
We're
Agent
just
down.
sneaking directly behind these guys.
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected. And the enemy has acquired the boost.
Uh-oh. They'll know we're here now.
Hostile stinger hive detected.
Why did that keep going? Because it was tracking him.
An agent needs assistance.
Well, this is weird. There's one. Spawn flip. He's gonna run up right here. Dang it.
Vital signs critical. Agent incapacitated. Agent killed.
Rogue is out here doing laps of the map pretty much.
Hostile defender drone detected. Agent down.
Alright, shall we all converge in the middle so we could actually fight? Excuse me. I see you. Come on up here. I promise it's safe.
A specialization supply drop has been arranged.
An agent needs assistance.
Shoot, dude. Every time I peek, there's more than one.
Serious trauma detected.
Oh, I guess only one shot me there, but I thought the other guy was going to turn around.
Agent vital signs 0. Agent down. Hostile explosive seeker mine.
Matt
detected.
Kane pulling up to the chat. What's up, man? How's your Tuesday going so far?
Hostile stinger hive detected.
The enemy is about to claim the supply drop. The specialization supply drop has fallen into enemy hands.
Dude, why, Seeker Mine? Why? I'm getting put in the worst situations.
Going to have to pull you out.
Agent
Or am I putting myself in the
incapacitated.
situations? I should probably take some of the
Agent vital
blame.
signs 0.
This is tough. If we don't win, we're not going to win this. If we don't win the next game, I'm actually not done with the project because I still have to win a game. It's been a tough day. I said office day, my eyes hurt. Yeah, that is certainly... Why are you shooting me, man? None of you have kills. One of you got a kill. I don't want to be that guy, but...
Gone. It's up to you
Come on.
now. No one's retreating. The fight continues. You're halfway through the fight.
Another one down. Two down.
Vital signs
I
critical.
don't even know where that came from, to be honest.
Agent incapacitated.
I'm adjusting my mic a little bit so I can hopefully see the screen better. Oh, sick, and I don't get to respawn.
Assistance.
Well, I gave it my best.
Agent deceased. Agent down.
I have to do one more game to complete it, but I also need to win one, so let's see if we can win the last game here. If not, that's going to be kind of embarrassing. All right, one more game. Let's get it. I was hoping Resurgence might. I left a comment on their post and was like, "Can we get a update on what's coming in the next test, given you guys have been gone for so long?" But no response yet. Because their article, for whatever reason, said the build is going to be pretty similar to the one that you all played in December 2023. I'm like, well, then what have y'all been doing? What's changed? I just watched the video responding to your PvP vid. I got triggered because you didn't list unrealistic requirements and you were too civil with your rhetoric. Yeah. E6, I only watched the first like 5 minutes because it was right before I had to sit down to stream. Did he ever mention me by name, or was he just trying to make that like a general video? Even though it was clearly like a direct response. Captain, I'm not sure, but I'm sorry to hear that you got hacked. That's terrible. You know what they say, fifth time is the charm, right? Hopefully. Hopefully. I mean, I will give it my best. Oh, should we play on Stadium, Stadium, or Stadium? I'm gonna vote Stadium. Are these the same guys? Pestilence all red. Umbra. I don't know what I'm looking at there, but that's a build for sure. Oh gosh, and everybody's asking what the video is. I think, as you all know, I'm not one to start drama. I put out a video yesterday giving my thoughts on the state of PvP, and then a video came up on my recommended this morning of somebody with a very similar title that clearly had made it as a response to mine, but didn't name me at all in the video, and had some strong words to say about what I had said in my video. So I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to shout it out. If you want to find it, search up the title of my video from yesterday, and his will probably pop up. I also need to send that individual an email because they're one of many people, unfortunately, that have gone in and stolen scripts from my past videos. I went through his video history, and the one that I did on the finale for the season, he copied and put into a video, so that's fun. So I don't feel too bad about talking about it, but he'll be receiving an email from me asking to remove that. That stuff is just so weird to me. Like, clearly there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from people and using that to inform, you know, some of your ideals as a content creator. but directly taking people's work and
Hostile Stinger Hive detected.
using that is not okay.
Hostile Restore Hive detected.
Please stop following me, Secret Man. And that still hit me? Come on.
Detected. An agent needs assistance.
What is happening down here? I'm just hearing endless stinger hives.
Hostile Defender drone detected.
That's one way to do it. He's right here. The other three just spawned in. I'm gonna hide right here. See if they don't run past. They might have gone wide. Toby might be running straight into him. Yeah, they're over here. This might be the game.
Agent down.
This might be the win. I don't want to jinx it.
Boost.
Oh, it flipped on him. It flipped. It flipped.
Hostile Stinger Hive detected.
Where did that guy go? He's back there. That's tragic for them.
Boost online.
That's tragic.
Allies are acquiring the boost. Allies have acquired the boost.
Alright, sorry. I've been missing what people are saying. The title's word for word. Yeah. Which, I mean, that I don't care about. If you're making like, I've got no problem with people starting discussion. If they want to respond to a video I made, that's totally good.
Hostile
I just think it's funny that that video is clearly a response video, yet he doesn't name me once during it. He's like, some people have been talking about PvP. Well, let's see. Your video came out 24 hours after the one that's titled the exact same thing. So who are these some people?
Hostile Restore Hive detected.
Um,
An agent needs
I had my
assistance.
2024 review for Division stolen and re-recorded with AI. Yeah, that's really tough, dude. And that's what's so funny is that I think a lot of them, it's people's voices, like it's their, you know, recording, but they've used AI to make their script. And I don't think some of them even realize that it's just drawn from other people's scripts, because that is the problem with AI, is that it has a hard time coming up with actual original content and thought. So yeah, it's just weird. We live in weird times. There was a guy here. He killed somebody. There he is.
An agent needs assistance.
There's no
Shoot.
pulling out. Keep fighting. There are no more rogue reinforcements. Eliminate whoever's left.
Get out of it.
Agent down.
I'm sending you a specialization supply drop.
See right there. Oh, there's one behind me.
Serious trauma
I
detected.
did not know.
Agent out of action. Agent killed. Hostile
Some people is a terrible way to misspell RogueGold. Like I said, I have zero issue if people want to. If people think that I'm
Supply drop
Like
being
what-
claimed
you
by
know.
friendly.
getting ahead of myself. The whole reason I made this channel was to spark discussion, right? If someone wants to respond to a video of mine and give a different perspective, I would love to hear it. I just think it's odd that you would try and pretend that that's not what you're doing, if that's what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with that.
An agent needs
Maybe it's because
assistance.
they know that they've stolen my content in other areas and then they don't want to then say my name. That would make sense. Who knows? We got our win! Let's go. Alright, now we're going to back out and open all the Summer Swarm caches that we've got. We got N7 Evans, Joe Ramirez. What's going on, folks? Happy to see you. So good evening. Let's drink some water. That's a very good tip indeed.
Safe area entered.
Project finished. Alright, this is going to be my last big bundle opening of Summer Swarm caches. Maybe I'll get a bonus item. For all the ones I've opened, I've not gotten a single Lexington or Turmoil. So, let's see what happens. What's up, Gwen? Great to catch you on a live stream. Thanks for stopping by. How are you? Haven't said, good. Still grinding out the caches. Well, best of luck to you. You've got a week left. I assume you know about the guaranteed ones they're giving people. But yeah, of course, some people still want to get stuff. Alright, we got 4 of them to open. Let's go. Nothing. Nothing. Oh. A nimble holster. Okay. Last one. Nothing. Tragic. Well, there we go. Those are my drops. Oh, I need that for expertise. That's nice. I'm going to have to do some huge inventory sorting before new season launches because I have stuff's all over the place. It's not sorted well at all. If you get yeah, true, Keto. I should have invited you just in case. But it's all right. Nothing happened. All right, folks. That is just about going to do it for today's stream. I appreciate you all tuning in. It was a pretty chill one. I just wanted to chat and catch up before the busyness starts next week with Year 7 Season 2. There's, of course, going to be a lot of videos and content coming up, so stay tuned for all of that. And thanks for chatting. As I said, I was honestly a little bummed out after the response to yesterday's video in the comments, but I appreciate what a lot of you had to say about it and the discussion and discourse that we had going on that. So, yeah, I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for tuning in on these Tuesdays and hanging out. I will be live for the season launch next week, probably a little bit earlier than normal. There will be a post on the community tab next Monday to confirm. But yeah, we've got 1 week to go. So if you need to do your stretch goals, and you need to do anything else while the season is still here, be sure to go and do it. And that should be about it. Chris said I appreciated the more chill stream today too. Good stream, bro. You're the best Div 2 content creator. Brad, thank you for the kind words, man. Much appreciated. But yeah, that's all I've got. So I will see you all, and I've got a few videos coming up before next week, but then Monday we'll have the dev stream recap, and then Tuesday we will have the new season. So I will see you all there. Thank you all so much. Until I see you next, RogueGold. Out.